Brother Red Pill representing Know the Ledge, one half of the Twin Pillars. I am here rocking with Crumb TV.
No, you are watching Crumb TV.
You can find me on Crumb TV.
You can catch me on Crumb TV.
This is Chief Kalinago here at Crumb TV.
I am Joy Allen of the Memoirs of a Karmic Dynasty in the Crumb TV studio.
Honored to be on your program, brother.
Peace.
Peace.
Crumb TV.
So when Jesus told people to pick up that cross and follow him, what he was telling them is that when you become one of my followers, life is going to be tough because they're going to want to persecute you for righteous name's sake. They're not going to just accept you. They're going to abuse you. They're going to spit on you. That's what they do to righteous people. They don't bother Seventh-day Adventists. They don't bother Jehovah's Witnesses, do they? By that I mean, they don't come on the news and say, the other night, some man beat his daughter to death, right? They didn't come on and say he was a Jew. A Jew beats his daughter to death. Or when the black boys who got killed in Howard Beach, they didn't say some Catholic from Howard Beach killed some Baptist from Brooklyn or the Bronx. They don't do it. But if a Muslim does something in the news, right away it's black Muslims does so-and-so, right? We're persecuted for righteous name's sake. If a brother who's a Rastafarian does something in the news, Rastafarians pick up banks. Banks are being stuck up 24 hours a day. Is this not true? People are being raped every day. Women are being murdered every day. They never bring up what church they belong to, what congregation, and what reverend. They don't never say, and one of Jerry Falwell's followers in New York just shot the little kid up. No, but when a Farrakhan followers do something, they say a black Muslim follower of Minister Louis Farrakhan just slapped a little kid in the head and throws a book at them and tries to give them life, double standard. So just the word peacemaker, which Jesus gave us when he said, blessed are the peacemakers, which is another way of saying Muslims, one who's of peace. The word peace is salam, like Jerusalem, and Jesus says a peacemaker, he means a Muslim. That very word immediately makes them want to persecute you. Let me tell you something. Not only will they persecute you, they'll lie on you. They'll fabricate lies. They'll imprison you and create cases around you. The same way they tried to defame the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and then they tried to defame Malcolm X, and then they even tried to defame Dr. Martin Luther King by some secretary. That's what they'll do. They'll imprison you, and then they'll create lies to turn your own people against you. They'll persecute you after righteous name's sake. The same way I'm talking to you, they're going to come after me eventually. Believe it. They're going to say, that man is too dangerous. I don't like him. Let's make some lies up on him. Let's turn his people against him. Let's imprison him. And if we can, let's kill him because his people won't help him anyway. And they'll try it. And I'll be at the mercy of the devil. Because people say, well, won't Allah step in and help you? And I say, did he step in and help John the Baptist? And the answer would be no. He will not intervene at that point. You understand?
Yes. I have another question. I'm reading from St. Matthew 8.
But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the battle will be in the sky. It just don't mean airplanes. See, the battle has already begun. The battle is for the mind. Satan battling for your mind. God battling for your mind.
Let me tell you something. Not only will they persecute you, they'll lie on you. They'll fabricate lies. They'll imprison you and create cases around you. The same way they tried to defame the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and then they tried to defame Malcolm X, and then they even tried to defame Dr. Martin Luther King by some secretary. That's what they'll do. They'll imprison you, and then they'll create lies to turn your own people against you. They'll persecute you after righteous name.
To see who that leader was. They know that the longer we are deprived, the greater will be the leader that comes to answer that deprivation. So they were watching to see who that leader was. They were looking for the Messiah. Just like Pharaoh was looking for the birth of a deliverer, and just like Herod was looking for the Messiah. They heard Malachi York. They heard a brilliant black brother. They saw him building a small nation here in Georgia. Is he the Messiah? Trumped up charges. Break up his movement. Put brother in jail. Watch for the leader who is gaining strength, popularity, power, influence. Then if you can bring him into court, fine. If you can't find a way to trump up charges, find a way to kill him. Find a way to kill him.
Greetings, family. Greetings in whatever language you speak, wherever you may be. This is your brother Consul Ifak Bamila Ray of the Bantu Research Society of Sabau, representing in collaboration with my big brother, Master Student Chrome TV in the building. And we got some heat for y'all. It's going to be short and sweet. Fresh off the presses. Fresh off the presses, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. BG, everybody should know by now, brother BG, Cash Money artist BG, who was recently released from prison. And matter of fact, let's show B Jizzle real quick. But before we get started, wait a minute. Before we get started, let me keep it traditional and keep it always in with the spirit of Chrome TV, who might be joining us later. Brother Chrome might be joining us later. But let me get my greetings out the way. Rahubat, Hotep, Alafia, Shalom. And I'm gonna cut it short right there. Also, very important. Very important is that we get a big shout out to the first responders. So let's get the first responders in the building right now. We got number one, Cosmic Cutie. Rahul back, Cosmic Cutie. Interesting topic, Chrome TV, true crime series, be lit. Facts. That's what we here to do, bring the facts. We got Jay Chosen, number 2. Peace all, let's go. And we got On Code 247, number 3. We got a lot of people in the building right now. Rael Sankofa, Music Land. Greetings, peace and gratitude, family. Juicy Christ say they got the popcorn ready. They ready. We got brother Cedric Toole in the building. Ulysses Simmons. Greetings, family. Greetings to everybody. So, the important thing to realize is the important thing to realize is, let me show the picture. I'm going to put Birdman up, the one of him and Birdman, because now he's back signed to Cash Money. Oops, not slides. Now he's back signed to Cash Money. So he, you know, Birdman probably was taking care of him when he was in there. Also, we have the Lightning from the East, Dr. York biography in the top right-hand corner, guys. If y'all haven't ordered that yet, Lightning from the East. Lightning from the East. And that is the Dr. York biography, which I helped write. I did the intro. That's my name in the top left corner of it. You can find it on Amazon, family. You can find that on Amazon. Rahubat Ain Muhammad, Rahubat Ulysses, Rahubat said in the building. Reginald Timms L, Rahubat, greetings. Monique Hill, greetings. Aboriginal Soul, greetings. Or shall I say Rahubat? That's right. Rahub is back. So, it's very interesting. Let me explain what I played in the beginning. I had some technical difficulties, but at first I played a live interview from Dr. York, right, from the 80s, where he was in and that clip is on YouTube, and it's from the Dr. York class, The Persecution of the Leaders. And in that class, he prophesied his own incarceration. He said the same way they did those leaders, they're going to come and get me. And to the religious people, they would call it a prophecy. To the non-religious people, they would call it a prediction. Either way, it's pretty much the same thing. He knew what he was up against. He knew the beast that he was fighting. And, you know, he knew it wouldn't be an easy battle. I'll say that. Because he always talked about the war or the battle, right? And the spiritual battle, the spiritual jihad. So he knew what he was up against. We even did research. For those that don't know, you can go to my YouTube page, Bro Consu ! And you will see a plethora of information on Dr. Malachi York, his life, his teachings, his case. And we covered so much stuff in the book, Lightning from the East, which is the part 2 to Man of Many Faces, Universal Yoruba Nation, Peace to the Universal Yoruba Nation, Brother Olu, Adafa Taharka, Nicole L., Yvonne Christensen, and all the researchers and everybody that participated in the works of the Dr. York biography. And so there's so much information there on my page as well. We did a 19-part series called Rebuttal to the Slanderers, where we kind of banged against the Dr. York haters and stuff like that. And set the record straight on the facts. Like when people talk about Dr. York's case, most of them have never even seen the pre-trial or trial transcripts. Most of them have never even seen any court transcript. They just go to YouTube or, you know, to the news or the newspaper and just see negative publicity. So we basically had to dig and find the paperwork, the transcripts, pre-trial and trial transcripts, etc., to basically be able to get the actual facts behind Dr. York's case. And that's how the brothers put together Man of Many Faces, part 1 and 2, and then I assisted with the second biography, Lightning from the East. So that's how that came out. Matter of fact, I can drop the link real quick. From Dr. York. And yeah, you can easily just literally go to Google and put in Lightning from the East, Dr. York, and it'll pop right up. It'll give you the Amazon link, Goodreads link. It's on ebooks, all of that. So let me share that real quick. It's also another book called The Truth by Don Vito. And we also suggest reading that too, because that breaks down the whole that breaks down everything from the People's Magazine bogus documentary or whatnot, small documentary that they did on Dr. York a few years ago. And the brother did an amazing rebuttal. He did an amazing rebuttal to that. You can find that when you go to Lightning from the East, you'll see that pop up too. As just the one. Hold on, let me make sure I'm copying this right. Boom. Copy link. Link copy. I'll paste. I guess that's it. Well, I don't know if it'll pop up where y'all can click on it, but Lightning from the East, that's how you do it. So anywho, now, so breaking news from my brother on Rare Report TV. Shout out to Rare Report TV. I actually gonna be sending him a free copy of the book and trying to get on with the interview with him. But he had the brother on, the brother OG Freeze. This was BG's cellmate, right? And this was BG's cellmate. And what happened was BG went to USP Big Sandy, and I think that's where he met OG Freeze at USP Big Sandy. But prior to that, OG Freeze, who was BG's roommate for I think a year or so, he was also locked up with Dr. Malachi York in USP Big Sandy. USP Atlanta. So that was like, whoa, that's very, very interesting. And also, I'm going to give some details about, because I myself was in the prison system, the federal prison system. A lot of people, anybody that follow me or follow my page know that. I was released in 2015, late 15. And I went through Atlanta. Atlanta's a transfer center, right? Atlanta's a transfer center. And it is everybody probably in this region or whatnot, in the regions of South or whatnot, go through. They definitely go through Atlanta, and that is a major hub that everybody go through, and so that's what OG Freeze is saying, that he was locked up with Dr. York, and we're gonna show that interview from Rare Report TV. Very good. And what's crazy is everything that I've ever heard from anybody that was in prison with Dr. York, ever had any encounters with him from prison, has always been like positive. It's always just been something positive. And so we're going to get into that. Now, I know a person personally, I know a brother personally who was in Atlanta as well with Dr. Malachi York. And it was rumors and stuff about Dr. York being able to levitate, or guards walking by and seeing green light coming from up under the door. I mean, it's all kind of rumors that I've heard. Even one brother, though, who worked in the kitchen, right? And he told me this personally. I was with him at USP Big Sandy. And also, just to let you guys know, there was the Somalian Pirates. I don't know if y'all remember that movie that came out about the Somalian Pirates. They was there. And the son of former President Charles Taylor was there. and for former Liberian president Charles Taylor, and who got accused of them war crimes and stuff. He was there. I knew him personally. We worked out together. He was huge. I mean, he was a whole nother story. But yeah, they gave him a life sentence. And then, of course, Chucky Charles Taylor, I think he's in Guantanamo Bay or something, fighting the war crimes. I think they was trying to kill him, but I think he's still alive. But they'll never get out of prison. Now, the brother who was there with Dr. York, who worked in the kitchen, he told me personally that that Dr. York had went on a hunger strike for a while. He stopped eating. He refused to eat because he was saying he think somebody trying to poison him, something going on, somebody trying to poison him. And so he worked in the kitchen, right? So boom. And this is the brother here, OG Freeze. And you can reach him at OGFreeze_019 on Instagram. And he's done several interviews now. He's been blowing up because he was roommates with BG, but he was also in prison with a lot of other famous people. Now, when you go through the feds, that's what I'm telling you. When you go through the feds, the federal prison system. Oh, I also went through the same prison that Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff, the dude who was scamming and stuff with the stocks. Bernie Madoff. He was in Butner, North Carolina. But I met him going on the bus. I was going to medical, and they have a medical facility there. Anywho, OG Freeze been speaking about all the famous people that he been meeting aside from BG now. And so, boom, it came up about Dr. York. So this was very, very, very interesting. So anyway, the brother who was telling me about his experience working in the kitchen with Dr. York, and his name is Red Fox. He was an older dude. And he looked just like, of course, Sanford and Son, Red Fox. The white hair, red, with the freckles, tall. He was an older brother. And he said that Dr. York went on this hunger strike, right? When Dr. York went on the hunger strike, they had to he said they had to get like a hot plate on a rolling cart, take it to his cell, plug it up in front of him, add, say he would eat like boiled rice. In the feds, they got these packs of like dehydrated rice, and you boil it. That and like mackerel or tuna fish or something like that, and they would have to cook it in front of him and serve it right there in front of him. And that's how he would eat until he, left that place and went on and got sentenced and stuff and went to the other different prisons. And I was like, wow. It was just amazing. And so this account that this brother gives is very strong account. And it's basic, but it's good to hear positive feedback, positive media publicity. Real quick, brother Derek Bennett. Peace to you, my brother. Peace to Derek Bennett. Let me show you where you can get the book at real quick. Okay. Because I don't know how that link copied or whatnot, but it didn't do it right. All right, let me share my screen. All right, so this is Lightning from the East, Dr. York biography on Amazon for $45. It is a huge book, like 500 pages or something. But it is huge. It's definitely worth it. And it gives the entire detail. The lineage, his parents, his grandma, aunts. It goes all the way from the beginning to the end. Let me repeat. It is the only Dr. York biography in existence. That and Man of Many Faces, which is older. This is a lot more recent and updated. and it is extremely detailed. And I did the interview in the beginning, so check that out, family. Lightning from the East. Just put in Lightning from the East, Dr. York. Go to Google, and you can find that. So now we getting into OG Freeze and his testimony of what went on, or you know, his experience with Dr. York. And I know this brother's telling the truth because I've been to the same place. He was in USPB Sandy. That's where I was at. And BG was there. Kodak Black was there, but Kodak Black was afraid to walk the yard. Kodak Black didn't come out because he stayed in the hole. He stayed in the shoe. And now this wasn't when I was there. This was like a couple years ago. But another rapper from New Orleans, I can't remember his name, Mano or something, Main Man or something. But he did a video from prison, from Big Sandy, and was saying that Kodak Black was afraid to go outside to walk the regular population because the statement that he said about Nipsey Hussle's wife when Nipsey Hussle died, they said the Crips was wanting to get at him. And so he was afraid, he was afraid that the Crips was wanting to get at him. So he was afraid to come out to general population. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Let me pull it up real quick.
TV, your favorite sports, movies, and more, with no hidden fees or long-term contracts. Plus, get up to 6.
All right, yeah, and like I say, we tried to get on code 247. We did like I say, order the book on code 247. Order the book, brother. Get the facts, man. Get the facts. All right, so let's go ahead and play this.
When I first came out, it was like in 2000.
You said you was like that with Malachi York as well?
Yeah, when I first came out, it was like in 2001. He was in Atlanta and hold over down there, and I was going to court. And he was my next door neighbor. I also know because I attended some of his classes on the street down in Edenton, Georgia, down where the pyramids at, the Nubian Nation of Moors. You know what I'm saying? I had joined the Nubian Nation of Moors at that time. It was the Ansar community up in New York. in Brownsville, and they moved down to Atlanta and became the YB Nation of Moors. That's when they became Southern. That's when they built the pyramids and planned.
So that had to be a privilege for you to speak to.
And now he said that he was a member. Now he said he was a member of the Nuwabi Nation of Moors. He said that, he's from Atlanta. This brother is from Atlanta. And he said that he was a member, right? And you got to realize and understand that Dr. Malachi York's teachings spread worldwide. So he has followers all over, especially in Georgia. In Georgia, period. If you anybody who's into anything conscious, I mean, you ain't got to be, you be a Christian, you done heard of Dr. York because of the teachings that he did on Christianity. If you're a Muslim, you definitely heard of him. You from New York and you're a Muslim, you definitely know who Imam Isa is. If you're from Georgia and you into anything conscious, you definitely know Tamara Ray, Edenton, Georgia, and Malachi York. I mean, this man's teachings and nations spread far and wide, more than any other leader that's ever come. And so worldwide, overseas, all kind of stuff. Malachi York was setting up an embassy in Liberia before he got incarcerated. But anyway, let's finish up with this. Let's go to what the brother's saying here.
Right. Yeah. It's like a high priest you talking to. Like, and he's smart. And he don't understand, like, when you deal with certain people like that too, they don't understand the small stuff. Like the way you talk, your language, because this man speaks 10 different languages. And he is a spiritualist, so he's not really talking about the same things that you're talking about. Or they ain't grow up, they've got no understanding about what you're talking about.
Is he teaching the same thing in prison that he was teaching?
That's why he in ADX, so he can't teach. Certain people, like, they put you in ADX because you have what they call, they feel like you got influence. Like, that's another reason what BG was doing, because he got influence. When you hit the yard, everybody gonna do what you tell them to do. So that's some kind of security threat to the COs. You see what I'm saying? Because people want to do stuff for you. You know what I'm saying? So
what happens? So ADS, they won't allow you to mingle with them.
You get your mail on the screen and all that. The child come to your cell. You got TV in your cell. There's no reason to leave your cell.
So people like, sorry to cut you off, Malachi York, a person like him, he couldn't hit the yard.
No, he can't. They ain't gonna let him come out. He in ADS with Larry Hoovers, Jeff Fords. They don't let these type of people in the population run about like inmates because they got too many influence.
He said he in there with Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford. That's right. The Unabomber, Kaczynski, the other Arab terrorists. All these places, all these people are in prison, the same prison where they put Malachi York. Malachi York does not have a history of violence. Malachi York, he, as far as his charges and his crimes, the security level and the severity of it, it is unheard of for a person like him to be in a place like that. This is a dead giveaway. It's unheard of. Now, he didn't start off in those prisons. They sent him through Terre Haute and a couple other places. But eventually they kept making up excuses why they wanted to send him to ADX. They would even do things like write him up for like find maybe a staple or something and write him up for a weapons charge. And send him to the SHU and then just up his security level. But they would never want him to be in general population. Malachi York has never, besides the first early stages, maybe a few times, but he's never really walked general population. They don't let powerful people like this walk general population, especially spiritual religious leaders like that. No way in hell. You think Farrakhan got arrested right now? They'll let him walk in general populations? No, he'll take over the whole jail. Now, you take a person like Malachi York with the charisma, the oratory skills, the fame, the nation, the leading. But in my opinion, Malachi York has more information and more of a scholar and more of a information than Farrakhan. So he could, they never. And everything this brother's saying is true and exact. It's right and exact. Q Freeze, brother Q Freeze.
They got too much influence. You know what I'm saying? And that's.
But wait a minute, bro. They don't never get to come out.
No.
They never get to go and see outside, bro.
They gotta stay right there in Colorado. They don't come. You know what I'm saying? We got certain people that just can't be in population. They feel like the control they can have over the population. They feel like the individual is bigger than the compound. You know what I'm saying? So they keep you separated.
Yeah, I would think that would drive you crazy.
It can if you're the right person. You know what I'm saying? But once you start to figure out your situation and you know that you ain't got no way out now, your mind got to grasp on something that can help you get through it. You know
like you say, if you got a strong mind.
If you got a strong mind. If you don't, you're here about them trying to kill themselves, taking too many pills, and doing all type of good stuff to try to, you know what I'm saying, get this out of situation.
I want to quickly share what for me has been a hugely positive habit, and that's speaking to
And see, here's the thing. People have to realize the truth and the facts. You see, they have to realize the truth and the facts. That's right. Facts. On Cole, I'm going to drop the link. You want to come on, answer your questions in person? I'm going to give you the link right now, buddy. Here you go. I'll drop the link. If anybody want to come in with some comments, questions, or concerns, you're more than welcome. That's right, Sean P. He wrote the book, he wrote the book of the 5 percenters, and that's when he was breaking down the doctrine of the 5% nation. So what people got to realize, though, is that the whole way the prison system is set up, especially in the feds, going to trial in a federal setting anyway is like a 90+% conviction rate for people that go to trial, federal trial, right? So I mean, it's almost like a lose-lose situation. But then losing the appeals, and here's the thing, we explain all this in the book, and I explain on my page. Dr. York has been set up prior to the incarceration, meaning it took, the FBI and COINTELPRO have been investigating. We been investigating his nation for like 25 plus years before they locked him up. And then after he was incarcerated and convicted, during his pre-trial and post-trial remedies after, was sabotaged. It was sabotaged. So, I mean, it's real hard to fight something like that when you're being set up by the CIA, the FBI, some of your friends and your family members. It's not an easy task. It's not easy. And fighting the federal prison system is almost, it's almost impossible to win. Plus, when you look at all the details and stuff, all the facts. So, but we got some live tuning in. Live on Crumb TV. Go ahead. We're going to start with Israel Judah. Go ahead, my brother. What you checking in from? What you want to say?
I was going to say, bro, was you a Dr. York supporter? I don't support York.
Great. Yes, I am. Of course, you can probably tell if you watched the video. And I helped write the biography on his life.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't really know bro personally, but I heard like a lot of bad stuff he did, people and shit. And I was just wondering, like, why do black people glorify, like, I ain't gonna say the word because I don't want to get your channel took down, but why do we glorify that type of behavior?
Okay, order the book. I showed it earlier. Lightning from the East is up in the top right hand corner. You say you don't really know about, you just heard it. So you're going off assumptions. I heard
a victim.
Hold on. Over here, Crumb TV, we talk one at a time. You talk, I listen. I talk, you listen. So to falsely make assumptions is to make an ass out of you and me. So if you just said your first words was, I don't know much about, bro, I just heard, and then you want to go on to probably call him a pedophile, lets me know that you need to do more research. So order the book, and I'll talk to you later. On code 247, what's up, my brother? Talk to me.
How you doing, brother? Everything okay?
All is well.
So yeah, I don't want to throw assumptions on them. I just had two questions. You know, I seen a bunch of documentaries and I did a little bit of research. So as somebody that's more knowledgeable in the situation, a simple yes or no. Did he do what they said he did?
Good question. All right. Now, here's the thing. Lucky Orion is not a number, it's the link. Let me drop it again. Hold on. It ain't a number, it's the link to the, you ain't got to show your face if you don't want to, but it's the link to join the broadcast. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing now. Let me and I can show this too, because I've got all the evidence to this. I helped write the biography of his life. Here's the thing though. There were no kids. Parentheses, there were no kids in the case. Everybody that was all the 14 witnesses, which now here's another thing to look at. The news and the media and the district attorneys and stuff, they made it look like it was gonna be hundreds of witnesses, hundreds of kids, and you know, all this. It boiled down to 14 witnesses. None of them were under the age of like 18 or 19. It wasn't no kids in it. It was people who were saying that, hey, this happened to me 20 years ago. This happened to me 15 years ago. You see what I'm saying? And that's where the main problem began. It wasn't no children. You know, it wasn't like this. And then now in the beginning of the case, they actually took children. Some of the children they did find that was on the lam, they took them to DFACS and had tests ran on them, and none of them had any signs of sexual molestation. You know, and that's the key thing. That's why I say they have formulated, and plus the transcripts and stuff was sealed at first. It took years to get them unsealed. It was a closed courtroom. They didn't want the media. They wanted they locked this thing down as much as possible so that everybody wouldn't see, because they would know that he was railroaded. So that's why I say you have to get, like, if we dealing with, even with anybody's case, man, R. Kelly, anybody, my first advice to anybody would be go to Freedom of Information Act. You can actually get most people's transcripts. You know, it's some Freedom of Information Act, or sometimes you might have to go to pacer.gov and pay to get them. But when you get the transcripts, and I'm gonna pull that up, Rick. I'm gonna pull the transcripts up. Some of them. When you get the transcripts, that's when you see the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You be like, what the hell? So no, there wasn't no kids in the case, but go ahead.
Okay, no, I'm with you. I'm learning. My second question is, when he adopted the name York, now I've seen him speak on Freemasonry and stuff, but I don't want to make assumptions. Did he adopt the last name York in association to York Rite Freemasonry?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a great question. Wonderful question. And it makes perfect sense, but no. York was actually his mother's name, but it wasn't her maiden name, and it wasn't his father's name. It was the name of her second husband. Well, Dr. York's mother wasn't married to the father. She went to Africa and traveled over there to Sudan, met him, and it was kind of an illicit affair because he was a aristocrat and whatnot. But her husband, who she married, David York, that is Dr. York's. That's where the York part comes from. And Dr. York's birth name is Isa, or actually on his Sudanese birth certificate, it just says Isa Muhammad. And on the Boston birth certificate, it just says male child York. It don't even say a first name. But no, he didn't get that from the he is a master Mason and all that, but he didn't get that from the York rites, the York Freemasonry.
Okay, he a Prince Hall Mason?
No, he ain't no Prince Hall Mason. He at the Nuwaubian Grand Lodge got their charter from overseas, from the Grand Lodge of Cairo. They didn't go through the British Isles. The Prince Hall lodges go through the British Isles for their lodge. They went, but Dr. York's lodge come from the motherland.
Oh, okay. Cause I did some investigation on secret societies in West Africa, the Ikpe, the Sandy, the Leopard, the Crocodile Society. And so I am familiar that there is quote unquote secret societies from Africa, but I didn't know if they were Freemasonic or just secret societies. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm gonna say, just to touch on the Freemason thing, right? It's a lot of misconceptions and stuff about Freemason. And I say that because a lot of people think Freemasonry is associated with devil worship or Europeans and stuff like that. But it's the original Freemasonry comes from ancient Egypt. So it's and the reason Doc dig that Dr. York went into the Freemasonry realm for two reasons. One was because you got to understand back then during that time, that's where a lot of the major secrets and stuff, mysteries and stuff, was being kept at. And a lot of your teachers back then, a lot of famous teachers, black and white, was a member of some kind of society back then.
Right.
So that's why I think, well, he said, not that I think, he said if you would notice, like, so when the Freemasonry stuff started really showing a lot in Dr. York's works, and people started kind of, asking about it, and he started coming out a lot about it. He said, if you paid attention to my works over the years back in the day, he said, you will always have picked up, if you was a Mason, you will always have picked up signs of Freemasonry. You know what I'm saying? Because you can read in the literature, they have certain verbiages that they use and certain way they talk, certain, stuff like that. And that explains that. But then he said the second reason he did that was because it smashes the cult concept. Meaning they kept calling Dr. York a cult and the Nuwaubians a cult. So he was like, okay, if we get into Freemasonry and show the Egyptian origin of Freemasonry, then they can't call us a cult no more, or else they would have to call all Masonic lodges cults. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
He did that. And this is on live audio. We got him saying that himself. I don't make up no words. Everybody know I'm real tight with my shit, with my information. I can show the quotes and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I hope that explained, my brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You want me to drop back down? Let you do your thing?
Yes, sir, man. We're gonna take a few more tunes in the end.
Okay, I appreciate you, brother.
Peace, my brother.
Peace.
So let me show this real quick. Let me show something real quick. And those are some great questions, wonderful questions. And like I say, the only reason I kicked the one brother off is because you gotta think about it. Just think about it. If I start off my sentence with, well, I don't know much about Brother Crumb, Master Student Crumb. I don't really know that nigga that much. You know what I'm saying? But I heard, automatic stop. You know why I'm gonna stop you right there? Because I know Brother Crumb personally. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stop you right there, and I'm gonna tell you, hey, go read, go research first, then come back, because you building off emotions, and we don't deal with that. The brother had an Israelite name. Maybe he had some contentions with Dr. York, because when Dr. York went through as Rabboni Yeshua Bar El Hadi El Mahdi with the Nubian Islamic Hebrews and corrected some of their teachings, maybe that's why he's mad. Brother El Mayo Black in the building. My brother right here up in the building. One of the good students of Dr. Malachi York, the Nuwapian teaching. Macon, Georgia. Yeah, moved the room to Shriners. That's right. UJTV Online. Brother Pharaoh Israel. Dr. York brought the information to the front. As a young man, I read the holy tablet and write knowledge pamphlets. My uncles left for Atlanta with him. That's how I got the books. I am grateful. Ashe, Hotep. Man, wonderful, brother. Wonderful. Now, let me show this real quick. I'm going to show this real quick. Hold on. Oh, no. Hold on. I shared the wrong thing. Slides. I don't know why. Here we go. Boom. Let me show this real quick. Because we dealing with the facts, man. Y'all know Brother Consul is always coming with the receipts. Point blank, period. So let's share this. Boom. Now, let's read. This is from Dr. York transcript, right? And I really don't take nothing seriously nobody says, unless they have, are have the transcript. At least some kind. You gotta have some kind of facts. Period. Got to have some kind of facts. So this is the transcripts, right? And we're gonna start with the middle paragraph. Aside from, it says, aside from the financial irregularities alleged to have occurred in this case, allegations of sexual abuse of minors by York were also raised. According to the government's allegations, previously molested younger children were employed to bring new children to York once they had gotten older. It says, according to the government's allegations, children refusing York's advances were ignored, not fed well, not allowed to go outside and play. Eventually, a family could be expelled from the compound following repeated refusals to join in sexual activity by children. The children were told that the sexual activity was instructional, as well as part of an ancient Sudanese ritual assisting in preparation for child marriage. Some of the children allegedly received sexually transmitted disease from these encounters. Listen now. Some of the children allegedly received sexually transmitted diseases from these encounters. Chlamydia, trachomitis, herpes simplex 1, herpes simplex 2 were detected in several children involved in the incident manner. I'm going to read that again. These diseases, it says were detected, chlamydia and all this stuff, trichomonas and all that, herpes, were detected in several children involved in the incident manner. However, no such it's cut off. This page 13. Let's go to 14. No such diseases were present in York. However, no such diseases were present in York. The government also presented testimony of Kenneth Lanning, an expert in the area of behavioral and social disorders that cause individuals. All of it. They did mental health checks on Malachi. They say he don't even fit the profile of a serial. He don't even fit the profile of a serial child molester or a serial pedophile. They profile people doing this. You see. Then at the bottom, look, this is in the transcripts. Following the presentation of all evidence, the jury retired to deliberate and unfortunately found York guilty of all but counts 8 and 12, even with the fact that there were no diseases in York and the kids had diseases. They still found him guilty. Then it says, after the trial, Habiba Washington, this is the government's key witness. Habiba Washington is the government's key witness. Abigail Washington, or Habiba Abdullah Muhammad, says after the trial, in a sworn affidavit, she stated that her testimony at trial had been fabricated. Washington stated that the allegations raised against York were coerced from Jacob York, York's son, who blamed York for the premature death of his. All of this stuff. Nevertheless, the court discounted the recantation, denied motions for a new trial. So that's what I'm trying to explain. We got the facts. You see, it's all in the documents. So you have to have this stuff. You know, it's very important. I mean, we even got. Oh, man, so much evidence. Just go to my page, folks. Matter of fact, let me pull this up real quick. I mean, we got so much evidence on Dr. York's innocence, not only his teachings and stuff, but on his innocence as well. Because, trust me, we ain't finna be up here supporting nobody that we know is guilty. And the only way you can really know, you have to get into the documents. You're dealing with court stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have to get into the documents. You have to do that. Okay. So let me share this real quick. Just show something real quick. Rahubat Jamar Jeffrey, Rahubat Reginald Timms L. Thank you, my brother. Tawuhat, thank you. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. Okay. All right, so this is my page. Bro, Consul, exclamation mark. And let me say this too. I've already demolished and defeated Chuck Morgan. We put him in the book. All the slanderers of Dr. York, we put them in the book. And you can find all that information in the book. Chuck Morgan is the top slanderer of Malachi York. He's one of Dr. York's ex-students from Washington, D.C. And we've already, man, just like I said, we got a whole chapter about him in the book. So let me see if I could find. Okay. All right, let's see. Because he's explaining to his followers that he had to teach a certain thing at this point in time, but eventually he was going to teach you something else, which means that he had to have already knew what he was going to teach in the future, which means that was what he was teaching originally. But like he said, the people wasn't ready. Not to say that wasn't other people out there studying it, but as a whole, None of the people. Actually, wait a minute. I'm tripping. This is the one I need to show. Well, we ain't gonna even show, but that's my page right there. Here go my page right here, guys. Let's go to my page real quick. Y'all can go on there and see. But the interview I did with Sonetta, that is the one right there. Because the interview I did with Sonetta, I'm addressing the case 100%. Right there, it was talking mostly about the teachings. I was debunking Chuck Morgan on the teachings. But matter of fact, let's see. Sonetta Konsu and Jabari, and this one I went toe-to-toe with Jabari. Here we go. We'll show it from the University Ruben Nation page.
That's fine, but I'm here to challenge you. I'm here to challenge anybody that want to step to the teachings, because I'm teaching it in a way that you never seen before, because I'm teaching it for how it was. What they call right below the lawyer.
Paralegal.
A paralegal. So that's why I'm confident in this case, because as a person who has a daughter, who is, has a mother, has a sister, I would never support anybody that I felt was guilty of such charges like that. But I've done I've done bills on it. I can share my screen and show you the case file. I mean, I could go into that too.
Let me ask you, brother. If you was being charged of molesting, raping children, all the stuff that he was charged with, would you get up there and admit that you done these things? Because that right there stay with you for life. If you're already facing charges that where they're gonna put you underground, you got nothing to lose. Why would you cop out to such a crime like that when you got nothing to lose? If you're already facing 100 years or facing 75 years, why not go all the way? Why cop out? What's behind that? Why did he cop out to that if you're already facing all of this type of the crimes, brother?
Okay, you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Can I share my screen?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Because I want to show you. I don't want to just say it.
Yes.
I want to at least say I showed you some receipts. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, brother. Show it.
Right. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is this in the den. This is the clip because it's will be on the hot seat. The new it's so peculiar because the brother on this debate literally asked me the same question, right? Why he was like, why would the guilty plea? The guilty plea is the thorn in the side, right? But if you study the case transcripts, right? If you look at the transcripts, if you listen to the audio also of Doc explaining it, he explains that he was first what he said was that he was tortured into a plea, right? He said he was tortured into taking a plea after his arrest. May 9th, 2002. Sorry. He said he was tortured into taking a plea. He also told, this is what he told the judge. Now, I'm going to show you this. This is from the transcripts. He told the judge he was tortured into taking a plea, that he never saw the plea, that he never talked to his attorneys about a plea. And this is what's so strange about it. and the second point is, well, let me get to the first point first. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to play it. 2. Arraignment as to Dwight D. York held, waived formal reading indictments and entered plea of not guilty in writing. Okay, that was the first plea, which was not guilty. That says entered plea of not guilty in writing. This means that Dr. York's initial plea was not guilty. Okay. The initial, I just wanted to show that so that all right, now I'm gonna show you the actual transcript where he's speaking to the judge, and where he's explaining that he was tortured into taking a plea. Okay. It's impossible that if you are sentenced under this plea agreement that you entered, under the guilty plea that you entered in January. I have the link to the transcript too. I can share that to everybody because everybody needs to see that. January, that you will receive a sentence more severe than 180 months or 15 years. It is possible. Do you understand? He's asking about New York. I don't hear you, sir.
I'm here, brother. I'm listening to you.
Okay, all right. And what he's saying is, even though he's saying if you accept this plea, you can still get more time. That's what he's telling them. He says, what it sounds like you're saying, I want to get to the part where he says, if the initial plea was for 15 years. Here we go. And the judge wanted to go outside of that range and give more time than 15 years, which would be 20 years. How did Dr. York end up with 135 years? Why? Because he rejected the plea agreement. All right, this is the actual page of the transcript, right? And I'm gonna post all of this. And I'm just gonna read from where these two red marks are above that. It says the defendant, the court, it says, listen, I've got the part about you being independence. This was when Dr. York was using the, his sovereignty and challenging jurisdiction and stuff by his Native American status. Okay, the defendant, I'm glad you got that. The court. And he's asking Dr. York his position on that. So the court is asking now, it says, so let me get this. It says, so let me ask you this. I'm trying to understand about your plea in January, right? Dr. York comes back and say, I was under duress, right? And then he says at the bottom paragraph in red right here, he says, this is Dr. York speaking. After being tortured and given inhumane treatment and mental persuasion by officers of the court, telling me that if you don't do this, you're going to get 1,000 years. I don't think we could win this case, et cetera, et cetera. He says he was tortured into the plea. And I've got Dr. York on audio saying this as well. It's called on the Isle of Patmos. It's called the Isle of Patmos tapes, right? So according to, I can only go by what he said. I wasn't there. I can only go by the transcript. According to him, he was tortured and taking a bogus plea. That initial plea was withdrawn by the judge. Yeah.
And so, can I say something real quick? What's
yes,
that part? Remember them young brothers that was accused in New York for raping that white woman as a Central Park case?
Yeah, you're talking about the Central Park 5.
Yeah, they tortured them young boys into submission.
Yep.
To taking a plea.
Yep.
So it ain't far-fetched that they couldn't have did the same thing to him.
Oh yeah.
So, Jeremiah Judah, are you going on the record in defense of Dr. York on this one, brother?
Now, I ain't got nothing to do with Dr. York. I'm just saying. Well,
that's what he's talking about, brother.
Far-fetched that they do us like that. I was just throwing that out there.
Once again, are you going on record in defense of Dr. York? Don't be afraid. You cut in. You interrupted the brother and you cut in.
I'm gonna leave it. I know. I just threw it out there. But no, I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't know nothing about Dr. York.
Now you're leaving it alone, but it's all right, brother. I mean, this is your people. Cut in. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So the point being is this: there's two things. He says he was tortured into taking the initial plea, right? And the rest of the transcripts, he says that the initial plea. Now, keep in mind, if he would have accepted that plea, he would have been sentenced to that plea, and that plea was for 15 years. Dr. York received 135 years, meaning the plea was rejected by the judge first because the judge chose to go above the guidelines and give him more time. After that, Dr. York rejected that plea and said, we're going to trial, and then went to trial. So Dr. York says he was tortured into taking that plea. So, and this I wanted to debate on this too, against the brothers, right? Because I wasn't there, I can't speak for them. But I can just give what the evidence.
He beat up three guys. After he beat them up, they left the league. We ain't even gonna mention their names.
Okay. Well, in all fairness,
that's why I think.
In all fairness, I have said he didn't look like himself when he was in front of that judge. So I can agree with that. He damn sure didn't look. He looked like he was drugged up. He didn't know where he was at. So I've seen the video. I've seen the tape.
He wasn't himself. He wasn't himself. You could tell something was wrong with him. Let me say this too, Sal. what we've done is, and I want you to send me your P.O. box because we're going to send you a copy of the book. What we've done is there was a book that came out called Man in Many Faces Part 1 and 2 by Yvonne Christensen. This book is basically an autobiography of not only Dr. Malachi York's entire life. I mean, stuff is in there you would never, even he was surprised at some of the information that was gathered. The brother said it took them about 5 to 7 years of intense research just to gather all the data for the book. But that book, I think it came out around maybe 2012, 2011. But anyway, what we've done is now I have assisted the brothers on doing a basically an updated part 2 called Lightning from the East, The Rise of Dr. Malachi York. And if you don't mind, I'd like to, we're going to send you a copy of that, a free copy of that book. Because in that book, not only is it a detailed autobiography of Malachi York's life and the organization, but it's also a chapter in there addressing all the questions you asking, the questions that people still are asking that some people in the organization are not really addressing, or maybe they're tired of addressing it. But it's also newer information that's dealing with people that slander Dr. Malachi York on the regular, like Chuck Morgan, Garfield. We got a whole section in there against the slanders. That's why I say we setting the record straight on the slander, and it goes in details about the case. I like to, if you don't mind, like to share my screen real quick.
So you said that Garfield is in the book?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, they in the book. Garfield's in the book. Ankh is in the book. Chuck Morgan's in the book.
Yeah. Hey, well, at least there's some kind of book that's attached to Garfield, because I ain't seen his book come out yet. Go ahead. Shots fired. Go ahead.
Wow, have mercy. Where's the book at, Garfield? I was actually looking forward to reading that book that Garfield never came out with. But let me share my screen real quick and show you. Okay, here we go. Sharing. Okay. This is the link to Amazon on the book. It's called Lightning from the East. All right, it's a paperback edition. It's only $28.99. It is huge. And in the front of the book, this is my name up here. Okay, can you see it now?
No, sorry, you got to share your screen.
Okay, I'm sharing mine. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Okay, here we go. You see it now?
Gone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is my name up in the left upper hand corner of the book, Kansu Amun Min Ray. And I did an interview, like an introduction to the book. And it's a part 2 to basically to the Man in Many Faces. And in the beginning, and we also have a tribute to Prodigy from Mobb Deep in the book. So because people know about how Dr. York and the Nubian Nation and the Ansars and the Nation of Islam and all them had a strong hold in the hip hop community, especially in the early 80s. So we got the big shout out to my brother Tafa, Adafa Taharka Nicole L. Big shout out to the Universal Yoruba Nation and the Nuwabi Nation. And big shout out to Prodigy. Rest in peace to Prodigy of Mobb Deep, man. So this book is explaining in detail. I'm just going to read a little bit from the introduction. It says, this publication has been re-edited and readapted as a follow-up to the 2005 groundbreaking publication, Man in Many Faces Part 1 and 2, Uncovering the Truth About Dr. Malachi Z. York by Yvonne Christensen, in light of the ongoing events surrounding the imprisoned Nuwaubian leader, Dr. Malachi Z. York, as well as the continued campaign of slander, misinformation, character assassination against him, such as the recent slanderous and historically inaccurate People Magazine Investigate documentary Cults, right, which I'm sure a lot of people seen, season 1, episode 6, entitled The Nuwaubian Nation of Moors. and that aired on Discovery Channel July 6, 2018. We did a full rebuttal. We showed you where these people literally on the Discovery Channel, literally live. Okay, a point-for-point rebuttal to that. It says, additionally, the new controversy surrounding the true identity of Afro Uno. We addressing the Noonie Boos, Tarnoon. We addressing all that. And the scandal of Africa Bambaato's homosexual allegations have compelled us as the co-authors and contributors of the Man of Many Faces book to revise, re-examine the true history and life of Malachi York from a much deeper biographical perspective in order to once and for all set the record straight. So that is what the book is about. Right there, Sonetta, you will be getting a free copy of that book, my brother.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Can you explain why dozens of women and their many family members have given detailed accounts of sexual abuse committed on them by Dr. Malachi York? Can you explain that? These women that came out and accused Dr. York of doing these acts. How do you explain that, brother?
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. This right here, another good question. This right here addresses, because whoever said dozens of women, that's a lie. There was not dozens of women. The women that are in the case transcripts that I just showed are pictured here on this chart. It says family of conspirators, mainstream media and TV. Okay, Nicole Ada Lopez. Oh, I mean, everything is addressed in this book. Tariq Noel, who want to come out of hiding years down the line to get clout, and mentions Dr. York. These people are clout chasers, using Malachi York's name to make themselves or keep themselves relevant or to get money. We also show in the book where the transcripts state that the government's key witness, Abigail Washington, received favorable concessions in exchange for her testimony against Dr. Malachi York. So all of this stuff is in the book. In the chart, you see at the bottom, at the top is the main people involved in the case, right? And it addresses the Discovery Channel. It addresses the book Ungodly, the Montel Williams interview, and all that. At the bottom, independent street media and TV. Chuck Morgan, you in the book. Garfield, you in the book. Tarnoon, you in the book. Ankh, you in the book. And Tazariak, all is mentioned in the book, because these are the main slanderers and people that come against Dr. Malachi York. So when I tell you we coming hard and we coming correct, we doing it like Malachi did it. If you talk crap about Malachi, guess what he did? He wrote a book about you. 360 questions, rebuttal to the slanderers. He didn't play. So we're not playing. We writing books on you. We doing videos on you. And we are setting the record straight, not only on the case, but also on the teachings. Because we're not a bunch of spaced out space cadet cult followers who waiting on extraterrestrial ships. No, that's not what it is. So
okay,
we coming hard, Sonetta.
In 1964, I don't know if you are aware of this, but in 1964, Dr. Malachi York was convicted of having sex with a 13-year-old girl. He was given probation. Does that show a repeated offender? Like when you hear stuff like that, does that send up some type of red flag? What is your defense for that one right there, brother?
Sonetta, this is why they listen to me closely, brother. This is why they call me the real Nuwapian. Okay, I'm the real deal. I'm not like a lot of these brothers you had on your show, not represent the correct way for right knowledge and who have no knowledge of the case. But to answer the question, it's in the book too, but I'm going to answer it. But that's in the book. What people don't know or don't say is that there was a baby from that relationship that Dr. York had with that girl. That was Dr. York's first son.
How
Mark
old
Brady.
was the girl though? How old was the young lady?
She I can't remember. It was maybe a 4 or 5 year age gap. Doc was real young back then. It may have been.
Doc was real young back then.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact age. I can't
This is
remember. It's in the book.
1964, brother.
Yeah. So Doc was 19.
No, man. 19?
64. Doc was born in 45.
Okay.
55.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And the girl was, and I can't remember, but it's detailed in the book. Now here's the thing.
Okay. Somebody
was,
said that hold up. Somebody said that she was 16 and he was 19. Okay.
Yeah,
I got
exactly. Okay, now we detailed that in the book. Now check this out. There was a child that Dr. York's first son came from that meeting. And guess what? He is a supporter of Malachi. Atun Ray. He calls himself Atun Ray, or the real Messiah. I mean, excuse me. No, I'm thinking about Larry. Atun Ray, Mark Brady is his real name, if I'm not mistaken. So that was like a statutory type of deal. But they still maintained a relationship and had a child from that. It's in the book, man. Listen, we got some stuff in the book. We addressing everything. I mean, it's so much information that those brothers put in that book. It is. I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that was the situation because I mean, yeah, I can't really dig deeper in that because shit. When you look at me, people might say I fuck around and did some crazy shit. Shit, my wife was 15, I was 17. You know, when we got together.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
we still together right now to this day. So, and we got 4 children. So I don't. I mean, if y'all want to say something that you crazy, I don't know what. She was 15, I was 17. We were teenagers. You know what I'm saying? 2 years older. So I don't know what y'all gonna beat me up for that. Okay.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep. And see, the thing about that is, when you get into the case, man, when you look at the facts of the case, right, it compels you to such a degree that it's just. And what's even crazier about it is, prior to this happening, Doc even said it was going to happen to him. It's a video on YouTube of him saying that the same way they said the same thing about Noble Drew Ali back in the Moorish days. They accused Noble Drew Ali of that. You know, it's been many accusations again of people. Elijah Muhammad say he slept around with all the secretaries. It's a uncanny recidivism to this. It's the mirror effect keeps happening. Nation comes, a leader gets taken down, either killed or in prison. They slander his name with some kind of sex crime. I mean, it's something that when you look at history, it's repetitive. It's really repetitive.
All right, I got a Morris killer in the building, so we got to be careful, man. Tahaka Bay is in the building, so.
What's up, Tahaka Bay? That's my aunt right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Tahaka Bay is in the building. Talk to me. What happened with his wife and his other and the other women who charged him with child molestation? What happened to them?
Okay. They took pleas. Their cases were severed in the state. They actually pled out in the state and got probation. Their pleas were severed. Yeah, their pleas were severed.
Dr. York claimed to be God in the flesh. Do you believe that to this day? Do you still believe that, if you ever did?
First, you would have to show me where he claimed to be God in the flesh. Then after that, you would have to define God. You know, if you ask the Nation of Islam what a God is, they'll say the black man, owner, maker, cream of the universe, father of civilization, God of the universe, father of civilization. So in that sense, Dr. York meant that he is God because he meant that he was the supreme being amongst other beings, or the supreme amongst beings, meaning in his day and time, he was the best of the best, right? He was the best of the best, challenged everybody. A lot of these clowns that are out here talking about Dr. York, obsessed with Dr. York, can't live without Dr. York. The man's been in prison almost 20 years. They would have never stepped to him on the street if he was out. And they know that, you know, a lot of the ex-members and stuff like that. So my main goal and my main aim is just to keep the name of Dr. Malachi York and, you know, keep his face clean, put some respect on his name, you know, give him his credit where credit is due, and mostly to clarify the misconceptions based on the teaching, you know, because you got people that come on social media, or you got even some people that have come on your platform that I just think have not properly represented, you know. And I've challenged some of the people that have come, even some that have come in the name of Nuwapo, you know, that have dropped the ball several times where we had to pick up the pieces and to basically set the record straight for what it really is, not some whacked out space cult religion, you know. And not, you know, that's one thing. If somebody was to ask you, Sarnetta, if somebody was to say, man, you know, the Nuwapians, they believe in extraterrestrials. You say, yeah, you're right. They do believe in extraterrestrials. I mean, anybody would say, yeah, they all believe in extraterrestrials. But guess what, Sar? That's not true. All Nuwapians don't believe in extraterrestrials. You see, I'm one of them. I've never seen an extraterrestrial, right? I don't have that experience to speak on that. I've studied a lot of stuff. You know,
Jeremiah Judah believe in extraterrestrials.
I think so. I think he might.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Well, when you look at it, Captain Tazariak believe in extraterrestrials. Shout out to my captain here in the building. To me, all Hebrew Israelites, all Muslims, anybody that's a part of a religion that believe in God, that believe in the devil, they got to believe in extraterrestrials because their God got to be an extraterrestrial. They God come from out of space. Right. So they got to believe in that. You know. So let me ask you a question, brother.
Before you ask, we have some Comedics that believe in extraterrestrials or aliens or beings. The new Comedic champion, Tahuti, believes in that. Yeah.
So let me ask you, brother. Do you know that Nuwabians believe? Do you know that Nuwabian beliefs are similar to the beliefs of the Mormons, who also see themselves as Israelites, Kemet, Native American, and descendants of an ancient alien being? Did you know that? Your teachings are similar. Dr. York's teachings are similar to the Mormons.
Heck no.
Your sound went out. Your sound went out, brother.
Oh, okay. You hear me now? You hear me now? Okay. That is the most,
we hear you.
That's the most preposterous, outlandish thing I've ever heard in my life. And let me clarify something, right? Nuwapians don't have any beliefs. In fact, one of the precepts to our way of life is anti-belief. You can't. We don't believe anything. Matter of fact, let me share my screen real quick. So that's a good point.
Go ahead.
That's a good point.
And while he's sharing the screen, family, don't hesitate to throw something in the Cash App for your brother Sarnetta. We here today, man, bringing y'all some powerful information. Throw something in the Cash App for your brother.
All right. You see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, let me get out of here. And let me show you. Let me show you what Nuwapo is. This is a very important statement right here, right? Because we don't deal with beliefs at all. We don't believe in extraterrestrials. We don't believe in God. We don't believe in Malachi York. We don't believe in anything, and I mean that literally. And I'm gonna show you how literal that is. And I'm glad that I'm getting this opportunity because I want to clarify a lot of the misconceptions of these people that try to paint Nuwapo as this bogus as a religion. First of all, it's not a religion. I can show you over 30 plus quotes where Malachi said and wrote that it's not a religion at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay. And we are anti-belief. We have nothing to do with belief. Okay.
If you had the opportunity to debate Captain Tazariak, would you?
Yes, I would. Yes, I definitely would. I would debate Tazariak. But I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I would. I've kind of matured from the religious debates, like, you know, me debating Hebrew Israelite teachings. I will.
So do you think? So do you think that the teachings of Dr. York is way superior than the teachings of General Yohana?
Yes, I will stand on that. I will definitely stand on that.
Damn, that
I
might
stand
be
on
that
that.
might be a
Let's set
topic
that
there.
up. Let's set that up. That'll be the
Yeah.
first. That'll be the
That
first
might be a
debate
topic
between-
right there.
Yeah.
That'll be the first debate between the House of Consciousness and the Lions Den. Let's set that up.
Exactly. So let me just address this real quick. What the question about the belief, right? Okay. All right. This is verse 14 of the book Wu Nuwapu. What is Nuwapu? It's the upgraded book. Actual fact. It says 6,000 years ago, Nuwapu gave way to isms, took on pantheism, paganism, polytheism, and monotheism. Right. In accordance with Earth's time cycle law of change, it became religion as you know it today. Religion is a system of faith, beliefs, worship, rules, and rituals. And we have a book called The Birth of Religion. So the word belief is synonymous with religion, and Nuwapu is anti-religion. Therefore, we are anti-belief. All right, just to clarify that. Now, this is something, Brother Sarnetta, that I recently had a discussion, because since we talking about Brother Tazariak, we might as well talk about all the people that I've had encounters with, like Divine Prospect, who's been running from me for a long time, right? Me and him was supposed to debate. Chuck Morgan, who's been running from me, did a whole blast on Chuck. And especially people like Young Pharaoh, who did, I don't know if you know this, Brother Sarnetta, but Young Pharaoh actually used Dr. York's information, teaching it as his own. Did you know that, brother?
Say what? What you're saying?
I said, I don't know if you know this, but the brother Young Pharaoh actually is using Dr. Malachi York's information, teaching it as his own, and then turning around slandering the man.
Don't play no videos by him. I don't want you to play none of his videos.
Okay, I ain't gonna play it. But he's speaking about the science of empty space and nine ether, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I'm saying this is because you got to have the nerve to make a video with SETI slandering Dr. Malachi York, calling him all kind of crazy, talking about his case and all that, slandering the man, and then taking his concept of nine ether, his nine ether theory, and his theory of empty space, is space empty, because Dr. Malachi York teaches that space is not empty. And that's the same thing that Young Pharaoh is trying to teach, right? So I want to show you in this book. Of course, everybody knows nine ether is a concept that Dr. Malachi York coined, right? And in this book, Actual Fact, Emotional Energy, Dr. York explains in detail nine ether and how space is not empty because of the etheric particles, or what quantum physicists call subtle energy or ether that fills space. Because Dr. York's whole premise was, okay, if scientists say that space is empty, then what is imposing the speed of light? Meaning light cannot travel past, 186,272 miles per second or something like that. Okay, so if space is empty, what is stopping light from traveling faster? That was Dr. York's whole premise with his theory, right? And there's nothing wrong with the theory, because most science is based on theory. So we're going to set the record straight on that too. But in this book, he explains in detail about ether, about how space is not empty because it's made of a rarefied concentration of subtle or basic energy. And here he says in verse 30, and it's all within dark matter, so space is not empty. So you got people like Pharaoh and SETI that's talking crap about the man, but using his information, you see. And then also Divine Prospect, right? And this has been a while, and it's been a while since I actually talked to Divine Prospect about this, since we had our prelim. But he did the video, I think it was on your platform, and he called himself rebutting Dr. York's 360 question and answer Hebrew book, or challenging Dr. York's knowledge about the Hebrew language. So when he did that, I said, okay, Divine. So I called Divine Prospect out on his whole pre-exilic Israelite theory and RBG Hebrew theory, and about the topic of Shaddai, or the root word Shaddai that they use. One of the words for Yahweh they use, one of his attributes that shares the same root as the word Shad, which means demon. You see, so I got some stuff lined up, you know, and they running from me.
He don't. Wait a minute. Who would you prefer, Divine Prospect or Captain Cesario?
I will honestly prefer I would prefer Divine, because I think Divine would give me a way bigger challenge.
Well, you know, Divine don't go in on Dr. York. Captain Cesario, ISUPK, they bang on Dr. York, bro. I think you would have to take on the captain.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind.
Let me handle Divine. He been running for me anyway. You know, I got a victory by default over Divine. He even admitted it, because he don't think that demons are real. And even Sarnetta did a show on that, saying, man, you got to be crazy to think that demons
Well, hold
are
it down
real.
till your brother come back in. Somehow he got kicked out.
Right.
But so Jeremiah, you saying that demons are real. Define demon, brother.
Huh?
Define demons.
Divine demons. Demons would
Define demons.
Yes, they would be like these.
And you know he's probably watching, taking notes, so be careful.
Sarnetta, guess what, Sarnetta? Guess what, Sarnetta?
All those names that you throw up, hey, they run from us, man. Come on, man. The Lions Den is the world's hottest debate league out there, bro.
I've already.
All right, he lost him again.
Look,
we lost him again.
I'm gonna hold it down till you get back. Garfield's over there teaching that the
have nothing to do with belief. He came to break the spell of religion. And he even said himself that you do not have to accept anything I say. He said, I'm not telling you to believe in anything that you can't prove or confirm for yourself, including flying saucers, space aliens, and all the other stuff he taught about. Because he said, I know it's going to be hard for y'all when I send y'all out here to teach. And the whole extraterrestrial topic comes up. He said that. So I want to show you how real this man was. Let me play this, because he addresses that topic and he to his students. Okay. Let me play it right here.
you can't hear it, family.
I confirm for you. You may say, well, man, since 1970, you've been teaching us. I'm not going to tell you to believe in flying saucers.
He said, I'm not going to tell you to believe in flying saucers if you've never seen one. You see? So that right there, hold on, my computer is tripping. Okay. So that right there kills that. And the reason I say that is because you can stop sharing my screen now, brother. Because mine is, I can't find my mouse, tablet mode. Can you hear me, Sarnetta?
What kind of computer you working on?
It's HP.
It's not of extraterrestrial. Do you believe in extraterrestrials?
Well, if when you read the scriptures will call them angels or something like that. So they're not of this world. So if extraterrestrials are something that's not of this world, then yes, because angels are not of this world. Most High is not of this world.
Yes. You know what? You learned something from me. I remember a few years ago, y'all was saying no, God is not that, but now y'all saying He is. Captain.
I'm not saying that.
You learned, Captain. That's
for example,
good, brother.
For example, when people call them, no, I ain't got nothing to grow. Be quiet. When you talk about when we teach, when people would say UFOs, we would say IFOs, meaning we know what they are. That's what I'm saying. So we wouldn't use the terms that people use today. We would use what the Bible would say. That's
okay. All right. Last question. And I know I spoke to you on the side, but I want to hear it publicly. You know, the brother said that he would love to take you on as far as who have the best teaching for our people in 2021. Dr. Malachi Z. York versus General Yohana. And I'm hoping that we can make that happen. We could get that because you goes in on Dr. York, brother.
I do go in on Dr. York. He's a piece of shit. But if we was to do it, yeah, I'm dead ass about that.
Don't do his teaching like that.
Hey, Tazariak.
Yeah.
Hey, I want you to drop your PO box as well because you're in our book as well. You did a whole chapter.
Yo, they put you in the book, Captain. How do you feel about that? You in the Dr. York book?
It just quote me right as saying Malachi York is a piece of shit. As long as y'all have that in the book, you can leave that in the book. He's a piece of shit.
All right, I'm gonna send you a free copy, brother.
I don't want your copy. I don't want your copy. Fuck your copy. Fuck your book. But if you're gonna quote me in there, just make sure I said Malachi York is a piece of shit.
The book is already out. It's already out, brother.
You know what, Captain Tazariak? You remind me of Dr. Khalid right there. But Khalid had a little class and pizzazz. What Khalid did was when they condemned Khalid of the state and the Senate and all that, and they asked him, how do you feel about being condemned by the state, the Republicans, and all these other people? You know what Khalid said? He said, it is one of the greatest honors that could be paid. So that's what you could have came with when he said you in the book. You could have said, yo, you know what? That is one of the greatest honors that could be paid because he sees you. Hold on. He sees you as a threat, as an enemy. So that's why he will put you in the book. So that's one of the greatest honors that could be paid to see another soldier. You know, go ahead.
Okay, I appreciate it. But if you look at the enemy Khalid was addressing, he's talking about the Senate. He's talking about a real enemy, like the military. Like I'm assuming the Senate, he's talking about the American Senate, right?
Yeah.
That's a real enemy. The Wabians ain't no fucking enemy. They're a bunch of peons. Like, who the fuck respects the Wabians today? Like, who respects them? Nobody respects them niggas, man. They're nothing. They're no. Even he himself just got finished saying that he don't have to believe everything Malachi York believes. He's an unloyal soldier. Unloyal.
That's not what the Wapo is, Tazariak. That's not what it is.
No, listen. That's fine. That's fine. And that's unloyalty. No, I didn't say that. Because you did say that.
No, Malachi.
That's what I'm saying. No problem. No problem. You quoted Malachi saying that. So that means if I ever, excellent. So if I ever bring up something that Malachi York teaches, you have the way out to say, I don't believe that. And so I can't challenge you on that. So it gives you an escape route. If we was to ever discuss anything and I say, well, Malachi York teaches this, you'll say, well, he teaches me, I don't have to believe him. That's idiotic. Why even listen to him in the first place? Whereas my leader would say, I stand for God, I stand for the Most High. You can believe what I'm saying because I'm teaching from his word. So I can stand on him. So that's the difference between a real leader and your piece of shit leader. Your piece of shit leader is just interested in fucking kids and little boys and girls, and that's his claim to fame. That's why he's under the fucking grave. So make sure, I hope y'all have me saying that in the book. And if I ever had to say it to your face, I'd say it to your face too.
Damn, we got up in this motherfucker tonight, boy.
Let me address him real quick. Consul, let me address him real quick. Let me get it. Now, your leader also teaches that Mexicans and Indians is part of the 12 tribes.
Who is this talking? That's Jeremiah Judah. That's Jeremiah Judah.
You or Prince Daniela or none of you One West camp will not defend that against FOPE or the Lions Den. So if you stand on what your teacher believes in, get in the ring. Stop running.
Now, I'm sitting there talking about a pedophile, child molester.
I know. All right.
Now Jeremiah Judah want to change the subject. But even with Jeremiah Judah making that subject, our stance has been clear on that. Kadazar did a lecture. You watch the lecture, So when you challenge it, you could challenge the information that was brought out in that lecture. We have not said we wouldn't. Even Quinab, your leader of FOPE, was on our radio show Thursday, and we said the same thing to him. So you're fucking lying. Now, I could put you in the same box as this Nuwabian if you want. I can put you in the same box.
No,
I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy.
I ride with my people. I ride with my
If it's
people.
about lying, if it's about right, and here's what makes you disgusting. One second, Jeremiah.
Hold on, Jeremiah.
One second, Jeremiah.
I'm gonna let him live.
Here's what make you disgusting. Here's what make you disgusting. You saying you riding with your people. You're riding with a man whose leader is under the jail for molesting kids, who teaches that he's from the planet Risk, that he has over 6 trillion years of information, and some pickle man, some green people, a whole bunch of nonsense that you know go against the God of the Bible, but you're going to stand with somebody that goes against the God of your book. The God of your book, you go against. It was a statement. It wasn't a. It was a statement. It wasn't a question.
The wolves
this ain't about you.
Today,
so Sarnetta, if he wants to, if that cat, if that nut on there wants to talk about it, the only thing I want is whatever he believes that York teaches, I need to know that in advance.
Do you believe? All right, hold on for a minute, Captain.
Well, let me just lay it out so you can understand.
No, hold on, Captain. Brother. Hold on, Jeremiah. Brother Kansu.
I'm gonna leave him alone.
Kansu, do you follow the teachings of Dr. York? Yes or no? Or are you picking and choosing?
I do follow the teaching. Yeah, I just showed you the teaching.
All the way, 100. 100. I'm saying 100.
Yes, but let me. This is what I'm trying to explain. But this is what. First of all, I don't mind debating Cesare yet, but the disrespectful verbal shit, I won't tolerate that because I pull up on you wherever
Well, you
at.
put me in your book, and I'm pretty sure the book ain't.
I just got back.
Hey, listen, man.
I got a long.
Listen, you said you put me. You said you put me in your book.
I won't.
Yeah, I am. I am. Is my book? Right? Is it respectful in the book? Is it respectful in the book? Is it respectful in the book?
No threats.
I just want to ask a question. I just want to ask a question. Is it respectful to my character in the book? Yes or no?
It's truthful.
I don't care if you can say it's true. That's not what I'm asking you.
Can you read it? Can you read it, brother?
Is it respectful to my character? That's all I'm asking you. You ain't got to read it. I just want to know yes or no. I'm pretty sure it's not.
There's no slander in there about you. It's nothing but truth. Let me show you.
I guarantee you, it's not. You don't have. Please don't read it. I don't need to hear what you have.
I ain't gonna read it. I ain't gonna read it. I'm just gonna show the cover. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, you can show the cover. Whatever you have in that book, I could care less. I don't care. I don't care.
Right here.
Why he finding that cover? Hold up. I need to clear
it's right there.
Hold up. Let me clear something up real quick.
And I don't say nothing slanderous to him. I'm talking about his leader. I'm not talking about this guy. That's his leader.
Yeah, we
respond to what?
Okay, let me say this. Your opinion is your opinion to have, brother. Whether it's whatever you feel about anybody is yours to have. My duty and the purpose of this book is to address you, Tanu,
I don't care about the book, man. I don't care about you.
And all the lies and slander that you people have propagated on your independent street media. We are also addressing the big guys here on Discovery Channel, Montel Williams, the book Ungodly. We're addressing everything because we're tired of the crap. So we can debate on whatever you want. All I ask is to keep it respectful.
Well, I didn't ask for a debate, so I never asked for a debate. And when I talk about Malachi York,
honestly, not to cut you off, honestly, I'd rather debate Divine Prospect. He's a lot smarter than you.
No, you know what it is? Divine Prospect is a lot softer than me.
He's a lot
the reason why you want to
Hold
debate
on, Captain, don't do that. Don't do that, Captain. Yo,
I don't mean no.
On that.
I'm not dissing. I don't mean that in no disrespect. Me and Prospect. Hey, Jeremiah, just give me 1 second. I don't mean this in a derogatory. I don't mean this in a derogatory form. What I'm simply saying, Prospect is a nice guy. He's not going to say anything offensive. He's going to be nice. That's just his character. That's his makeup. He's not like me. I'm aggressive. I'm extremely aggressive. So let me finish. So the reason why he would prefer Prospect because Prospect won't go in as hard or as aggressive as I would. And this is no disrespect to Prospect's intelligence or anything like that. But I will go hard at this brother. And that's why he would prefer Prospect.
And I think
over
everybody
me.
do know that. Everybody do know that too, for real.
That's the only difference. So now you don't have to debate me. I don't care. So I never brought this subject. You're nothing to me.
He's going to debate you.
Now hold on.
But the only criteria of if we were to debate, I don't want no wiggle room of that's Malachi York's teachings. I don't believe that. Because the subject would be Malachi York's teachings, not what I believe of Malachi York.
True.
Okay, hold on.
So if we were to debate, I didn't say we was debating.
Hold on, Jeremiah.
All right. As
long as this is understood, right? And now you can try to twist it, not you specifically, Cesaria, anybody watching, and there are professionals like Chuck Morgan, who kicks me out of all his groups because he's scared of it, that are professionals at twisting and turning the teaching. I'm going to show what I'm showing you. What I just showed you was Malachi York saying, he said, and I quote, I'm not going to tell you to believe in flying saucers if you've never seen flying saucers. He said, don't believe in anything that nobody tells you, only in what I either confirm for you or you confirm for yourself. Those are the precepts of Nwapo in his very first publications in the 9-ball. Bible interpretations and explanations, he explained anti-belief, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, experience, evidence, and reason. This is the scientific method of Nwapo. And he even said, I'm gonna say that.
Don't give him everything in case y'all had that debate.
Right.
All right, Captain. Do you want to say anything else before you break out, brother?
Yeah, we do.
No, man. The only thing I will say is,
hold on, Jeremiah. Hold on. Go ahead, Captain.
Jeremiah can't keep himself together. But only thing I will say before I go is support Tazariak and Lily's Creations. Right now, I got a 20% sale on the flyers, the finest body oils and whipped body butters that you can have, that you can find. I'm over 12,000 in sales, 5 stars. You can check it out on my site. I want to shout out Sarnetta for his excellent promotion. If y'all not using Sarnetta for your promotion, Sarnetta be having shows where he got thousands views, 2,000 viewers on his live streams. If y'all not using it for promotion, what you doing if you got a business? Shalom. All right, sir.
Peace, brother.
Support the Bath and Body Works. Body work.
All right. Hey, Jeremiah. I see you going hard. Jeremiah, no, it's cool. You going hard for Fopi, bro. So I'm gonna tell you, Jeremiah, there's a lot of Hebrews out there that want a piece of Fopi, man. You got to be able to hold it down, Jeremiah, if that's who you're rolling with.
FOPE in the building for our people's edification. And our newest member to FOPE is Tahuti.
We protect the baby. It's just that simple. And so anybody protecting the call, it's something wrong with you and you need to go get checked out. Let that shit go. It ain't no cut cards about it. Ain't no debate about it. York, he admitted he did it. You can go to Chuck Morgan's web. Chuck Morgan got a hell of a website detailing all the misinformation. So it's just important for us to cut out the shenanigans at the end of the day. Cut out the shenanigans, man. No protecting code.
Hey, hold on, Jeremiah. Hold on, Jeremiah. I've been cut off too much. I've been cut off too much. And I've been suppressed too much. Let me respond to that. Yeah, let me respond to that. Because I've been cut off too much and I've been suppressed too much. And Aunt West knows me, we friends on Facebook, and I be fact checking all that bull crap you put on there about atheism. Because atheism is not indigenous to Africa. It's a European crafted concept. It's not an African concept. There's no such thing as an Egyptian or black African atheist, number one. Number two, everything Ankh is saying, Chuck Morgan, who is the big bad wolf who teaches everything, Ankh everything he knows, is addressed in the book. Let me share my screen real quick, Sarnetta.
Right. And while you share your
hold on, Jeremiah cut me off.
Hold on. I wasn't finished. He said Jeremiah cut him off.
Jeremiah cut me off.
I got some Charles Darwin stuff. I had it ready for you right here. It's already ready for you. Come on. We knew you was gonna call.
Hey, Sarnetta, let me share my screen real quick. I want to
Hold on. Let Unc finish. I gotta let Unc finish. Go ahead, Unc.
Yeah.
listen, all that atheism ain't black. Just so fucking when I made it black. How about that?
Okay, good.
Don't hold on me. So I've never said that atheism was African. And I'm a fucking space age African. And I reserve the right to help build a community the way we see fit. We love the ancestors, but what the fuck they ate don't make us shit. We're in a whole different world, a whole different time span, and we surviving in North America. So we space age Africans. We practice scientific literacy. All that googly-gall shit you talking about. The hell with you. Yeah, put that shit in the book so we can write back, nigga. The empire writes back. Nigga, I'm done.
All right,
You want me to get him?
Sinetta, let me respond to that, brother Sinetta.
You want me to get him or you got him?
I got him. Hold on. Brother Sinetta, let me share my
Somebody
screen.
got me. Y'all up here fucking defending the call?
Come on,
Brother
man.
Sinetta.
Come on, brother.
Let him respond to you, Unc. Let him respond to you. He's responding to you.
You see my screen, brother Sinetta?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. One thing about me, brother Sinetta, I keep it respectful. I ain't gonna never come on your show disrespect nobody. The cult thing, right? Listen, for people that want to see the real Nuwaubian and real information, real Nuwaubian teachings, go to my Facebook page, Kansu Amun Ray. The brother Kansu, the real Nuwaubian. I'm addressing Ankh. I'm addressing Chuck Morgan. I got debates with all of them. They kicked me off of all their debate groups because they're scared of me, right? So right here is an article called The Royal Cults of the Kings of Ancient Egypt. You want to call us a cult, brother? And let's get into linguistics, collage, culture. And so if you want to call the Nuwaubians a cult, we'll accept that. You know why? Because according to this article by Jim Dunn, it's called The Royal Cults of Ancient Egypt, right? And it says, I'm gonna start right here at the first paragraph. It says, ancient Egyptian cults can be divided into several categories, including divine cults, which worship actual existing gods, royal cults for the worship of the king, private cults, animal cults, and what might be referred to as other funerary cults for the worship of deceased private individuals. Of these, perhaps the second most important after divine cults were the royal cults. So if you want to call us a cult, brother Ankh, we'll accept that, brother. You know why? Because cults was all up and down the Nile and Kemet and Nubia. It was cults all up and down the Nile. Okay, you already got
yourself the Alman Rock Squad.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
Don't come out the line playing with that, man. We ain't playing with y'all.
Yeah,
come out like that. I got some Charles. Hold up. I got some Charles Darwin stuff for you, Unc West. This man, if you go on page, the Descendant Man, page 336, he talk about it like
Let me
a
get
dog.
that link.
I know I read it to you.
So let me get
I know
that
you
link.
don't want me to read it again.
So let me get that link.
See, brother Sinetta, what we're doing now, I don't do the slander. I don't have to. I come back. I'm coming back intellectually. And guess what? And let me correct that. We, because I'm not by myself, and we working with a bag. So when I tell you the book will be on all platforms everywhere, brother Sinetta, you getting your copy. We addressing we're addressing Chuck Morgan, all the slanderers. All the slanderers are dealt with now. We coming with the facts, man. We're not playing. We ain't playing, man. Yeah, we
Black Bill from
right.
No Ledge, one half of the Twin Pillars. I'm here rocking with.
Hey, you are now watching Crumb TV.
Crumb TV.
Hey, we in Chicago, y'all, and y'all watching Crumb TV.
It's your brother, Tim Buck 2, I say.
You are now watching Crumb TV.
You in Chi-Town finest, you Inglewood, always up to no good. Man, I'm telling my brother Crumb.
You're watching Crumb TV.
I'm your humble brother, and you are watching Crumb TV. Reporting live from the Wild Hunters, Southside Chicago.
And you now watching Crumb TV.
And you're watching Crumb TV.
Crumb TV, baby. Hey.
Crumb TV.
Snap. What's up?
Brother Jay Vaughn in the building. Talk to me, my brother. How you feeling, my brother? What's going on, man? Talk to me.
I'm chilling, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Where you tuning in from?
I'm in Uniondale, New York.
Pays, New York. What up, son? What up, sonny, son?
It's good.
How you feeling, man? Talk to us. The floor is yours.
Oh, word. Like I said, I really don't got much to say. I was just sitting here watching, and man, you sharp. I just love to see people just putting out the right information. You know what I'm saying? Right knowledge, and yeah, you know, like I said, I'm gonna keep it simple. I don't want to speak too much because I do talk a lot. You know what I'm saying?
No, man,
I speak way too much.
listen. The floor is yours, and I appreciate it. We taking resumes to join the Bantu Research Society of Sabau. All that is just a organization of students researching and coming together through comparative analysis and studies. So if you want to, you know, maybe interested in that, but go ahead and speak, brother. It ain't no restrictions.
Okay.
Crumb TV in the building. Like, subscribe, love, share. Crumb TV,
tall black
Kansu, bro, Kansu, exclamation mark. Like, love, subscribe, share. Go ahead, my brother Javon. Build with us.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't really got anything to say. Like I said, I'm just a fan. You know, this is my first time ever really hearing you. So when I came on here and I saw y'all was speaking about the master teacher, I was like, yeah, I gotta tune in. And so I was speechless. Yeah. I don't got much to say. I really don't got much to say.
Well, let me ask you this. How long have you been a student of Nuwapo? Or Wu Sabat, Wu Nuwap, Dr. U, however you want to, how do you term that? Or are you a student, or you just a supporter, or you breaking up a little bit? So check your mic. You breaking up.
I'm breaking up.
Nah, I hear you now.
You know, it's actually been kind of interesting. You know, a lot of the teachers I've been kind of running into, I've been finding out like we kind of somewhat related a little bit. So, you know, it's been very interesting. Like I said, I'm 23. I probably say I've been about a student. Not too long. Maybe a year. Like I said.
Oh wow! Well, that's wonderful. You what we call a new soul. I'm 37.
Okay.
I know I look a lot younger than 37, but
hey, that's the genes, man.
Hey, they say black don't crack, and look, half black don't crack neither, baby. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
But that's wonderful, man. 23, man. Wow, that's amazing, man. I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. For you to be on this path at that young age, keep on that path. Don't stray. Don't detour. Don't go astray, man. Stay disciplined as you can. You can have your fun, you know, enjoy your youth and all that, but be strict, be disciplined to a certain extent. Don't have too much fun because you want to stay on path, because you lucky to have, or I ain't gonna say lucky, you blessed or advantaged to have this knowledge and information, right knowledge and stuff at this young age. I don't know if you was born into it or just came into it or whatever, but you on a good path. So stay on that path, man.
Thank you. It's been very interesting. Like I said, like when I was a little kid, I used to have dreams and stuff like that. And so ever since I kind of just, it kind of started with my father. My father kind of got into the Moorish science with Noble Drew Ali. So when he kind of brought that to me, it was like deja vu. And so, you know, there's so much information, you know, out right now. You know, a lot of people be speaking. So I just like to observe. My last name is Griffin. I guess is what we call us, the watchers. So, you know, I just want to watch. I don't really want to pick sides. And like I said, it's just very interesting, the fact that like being related to a certain people. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen, and like I say, man, that's what's up. Stay on that energy level, man. That energy level is important because I don't know whether you know it. You probably know it already. You smart guy, but
yeah, that's why I'm not saying that. I gotta keep my mouth shut. That's right.
No, you. I can tell you know your stuff, but you are a reincarnated ancestor. And the sign of that is when people come, like for us in the diaspora means, you know what the diaspora means. It means for us born in America, the Caribbeans that was taken through the transcontinental slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, excuse me, not the transcontinental. Well, it was transcontinental because they took us from Africa to various other places. But, you know, transatlantic slave trade, we are the people of the diaspora, meaning we have to trace our roots back, right? Then you have Africans that's on the continent, or Africans of the diaspora or Africans off the continent that was moved or displaced off the continent. So for those of us that, especially in these day and times, to be so young, to have that attraction, that connection, that magnetic connection to the ancestral realm, to the spiritual realm, to the right knowledge, to the higher sciences and all that is an important thing. And it's a sign that we are reincarnated. Me, I came into it at 15, the age of 15. You know what I'm saying? And born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, in the hood, East Atlanta, you know, East Atlanta area, Decatur area, you know, right down that line. And I asked myself, how in the hell, from my background, how is this possible? And I don't know how it is, but it's just the way it is. And so we were born, we were predestined in a certain sense. Not that I believe in predestiny, but we were we asked to come here to fulfill a mission. We are deities. We are reincarnated deities. How you feel about that, my brother? You familiar with that?
I am. Like I said, it's I heard about the story. They call it story of Hiram. Some self-made master type energy. So it's. I don't want to say too much. I really want to come on here just to really kind of to show that the youth is on it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of star seeds, whatever they want to call us. You know, hey, like York was saying, you know, like Baba was saying, like Phase One be saying a lot of time. Are you familiar with Phase? I'm pretty sure you're definitely familiar with Phase One. But that brother be sharp. I love to just tune in and see what he be saying. I think he's like a couple years older than me. He might be like 25, 26, something like that. So, but like I said, you know, it's been very, you know, unique experience. Because like I said, you know, you go and you start looking at certain people who be out and speaking, and you be like, wait a minute, we might. So, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Absolutely, man.
Sorry.
Well, listen, my brother, we're gonna go ahead and close out. And definitely appreciate you tuning in, my brother. And we actually and this is real good, right? Because when we dealing with certain personal experiences that people have, right? This is a certain form of self-initiation. You got initiation, ritual initiation, right? Then you have self-initiation. And self-initiation can sometimes be more powerful than ritual initiation. I'm going to say that again. Self-initiation can sometimes be more powerful than ritual initiation. Why? Because through self-initiation, spirit is revealed to you in a more natural form. It comes to you without, you don't need the bells and whistles to a certain extent. See, Marquise, Marquise, you still in here, man. You been in here for 2 hours. Hit the freaking button or I'm going to ban your punk ass from the station. Nah, I ain't going to ban you from the station. I don't have the authority to do that. I wouldn't do that anyway because I'm a nice guy. But Marquise, you could have came on, partner. Ace Griffin got cut off. Come on. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Let me see if I can redo it. Something happened with the system. But this is okay. Let me check something real quick. Boom. All right. So if we don't have any more questions, we're gonna go ahead and chime out. Or if anybody else don't want to come on, we're gonna go ahead and chime out. Let's demolish some fried whiting fish. Oh, so good. Okay. Let me try to reboot this. Okay. Yeah, and well, that was a good question too that the brother asked. On the I can't remember his name that was chiming in through the Crumb TV YouTube page, but here's what people don't understand or overstand or fail to comprehend is when you're dealing with anybody, like when you're dealing with people, okay, let's say your cousin got locked up, your brother got locked up, or whoever, or somebody you don't know, a famous, it don't matter. When you're dealing with somebody in the system, the judicial system, you can't just go by what the media is just covering what is being said by the district attorney, by the by the state, by the defense, et cetera, and you have to get the details of the case. When you get locked up on a state case, they have something called a discovery package, a discovery. That is everything, all the evidence from the initial police report, from the call, whoever called 911, whatever happened to engage the arrest, to the conviction, to the end, is called a discovery in state. In the feds, it's called a PSI or PSR, pre-sentencing report. And they do a whole background search on the person who's been convicted or whatever, the criminal's alleged criminal. They do a whole life freaking background search. I mean, high school, elementary school, you be like, damn, how y'all know all this? And so unless you have those details, the court transcripts, the pre-trial transcripts, the documents of the case files, the evidence in the case, it's hard to get if you're not a lawyer. I ain't gonna say it ain't hard to get. It takes a little effort. Like I say, you can go to pacer.gov. A lot of the stuff is on Freedom of Information Act. But when you go and research this stuff, then you know the details of the case. You can see a person that has been convicted of guilty, but you go into this is how do you think people's convictions get overturned in court? Ask yourself that question. If everybody that goes to freaking prison or goes to court and gets convicted is guilty, then how is it possible that people have gotten their case overturned sometimes after 20, 30 years of being in prison, of being convicted, losing all the remedies, post-trial conviction remedies? And somehow, for example, when the DNA stuff came out, what is it called? Forensic science. Like back in the 60s, a lady could say a white woman would accuse a black man of raping them or whatever. And they could just say it and make up a good story and get away with it. But now you have forensics, which you pull up the semen, all that, blood, semen, DNA, genetic analysis for convictions and stuff to use for crime. But here's the thing. Guess what? guess what? People who've been in prison since the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s have gotten convictions overturned because of new scientific data and analysis. What does that mean? You see, this is the problem with people. And especially when it comes to black leaders. Unfortunately, it's our own people that do us the worst. You see. So until you get the fact, I don't give a crap who it is. I said this earlier. Who? R. Kelly, Dr. York, Tory Lane. He in prison right now. Tory Lane, good example. He in prison right now. He got convicted, went to trial, lost, boom. He got convicted, he in prison. You never know. It could be evidence that come out next year, 2 years, 5 years from now that may exonerate him. But right now, everybody's saying Tory Lane is guilty. He shot Megan Thee Stallion, boom. He's guilty, boom, 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 boom. But what'll happen 2, 3, 5 years from now? Look at Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was in prison for how long? And got exonerated? How long? Talk to me. And that's my point. Exactly. So, you never know what's going to happen. You never know. That's all I'm saying. And to get the facts on the case, get the transcripts, get the facts. Don't play around. Sarnetta know what's up. He know what's up about Dr. York. We done sent that man all the information. He got the book. He know the facts. That's why none of them fools never came to debate me. Why? Tazariak never debated me. Divine Prospect, none of the Unc West, none of the people that called in came to debate me. They talked a lot of shit, but when it came time to settle the debate, they ran. Ask Jeremiah Judah. Shout out to Jeremiah Judah and the Lions Den Debate League. Go and subscribe to them too. Lions Den Debate League. JJ 7000. Sister Karima. That's the point. None of them niggas came and debated me. They ran now. Just like Marcus is running. Marquise, whatever gay name he got. I didn't say that. Marquise running. Been on the chat all damn night. Talking about, I just got off work. I can't do this. I got my baby. I got to pick up my daughter. Nigga, you been commenting for 2 hours straight. Oh, man. Yeah, I was saying, Marquis, you got a problem? Come on in. You running. Marquis running, man. So, well, if anybody else want to come in, we're dropping a link all night, man. Come on, you want to come on? A lot of people want to come. We got a lot of viewers right now. A lot of people have been wanting to come on. Come on, Chrome TV. Just say whatever you want to say. Show your support for Chrome. Show your support for Master Student. Show your support for everything this channel has been bringing. Say what's up. Let us know where you're coming in from. You ain't got to show your face. All right, Brother Cron. Brother Cron done hit the link too. He didn't drop the link too. Drop the link, Brother Cron. Tonight, right now, we're going to change this now to subscribers night. If you subscribe, come on in. If you ain't, hit the link, hit the bell. Let's get it. You say whatever you want to say. And we taking questions. Brother Kansu will answer your questions too. I'm answering all questions. Q&A live with Brother Kansu, Ifa Bami Lebre, Bantu Research Society, Sabau. Brother Kansu, a.k.a. Brother Kansu, the real Nuwapian, a.k.a. Brother Kansu, the real nigga Wapian, a.k.a. Brother Kansu, the real half nigga Wapian. Because I'm mixed. I'm half and half. Like my favorite coffees. Tune in, family. Tune in. This is viewer appreciation night. Viewer appreciation night right now. You want to call in, you want to chime in, you want to come in, hit the link. You ain't got to show your face. You want to show your face, you can. You got a business you want to promote. Just show some love to Brother Crumb. Hit the bell, hit the like, share, subscribe. That's it. You got something you want to promote? Come on. Business? Come on. Show some love. Just hit that bell, like, share, subscribe to Crumb TV.
Just listen and you'll understand and show you what they cannot hide, what they can't deny. That days gone by, in all the things that we forgot, voices from the distant past, make themselves heard. Resurrection, something now the truth reveal. Tell me what you gonna do. Gonna keep it to yourself or gonna tell the world? If you do, then prepare for the challenges you face. My heart goes out to you, precious black boys and girls, and I'ma show you.
Never time he was. I can almost say they 7,000 reasons.
Hey. That's the way that Fred made me show you.
Hotel.
Listen and you understand and show you what they cannot hide, what they can't deny, that each days gone by, in all the things that we forgot, voices from the distant past make themselves heard. Resurrection, some now the truth revealed. Tell me what you gonna do. Gonna keep it to yourself or gonna tell the world? If you do, then prepare for the challenges you face. My heart goes out to you, precious black boys and girls, and I'ma show you who Nefertari was. Said she was black because that's the way that God made me show you. Egypt was a black man, Kentucky was a black man. That's the way that God made me show you. Hotep. What they cannot hide, what they can't.
We got Brother Jamar in the building. Brother Jamar, where you tuning in from, my brother? Peace, love, and light. What's going on? Crumb TV in the building.
Peace to the mom. I'm in Powder Springs right now. I'm outside Atlanta.
Oh, wonderful. Peace, bro.
Yeah, I'm outside Atlanta. Yeah. I just coming through here trekking. Do a load today. So I was had a little downtime. I was tuning in.
Oh, wonderful. What's on your mind, my brother? The floor is yours.
Oh man, I've been tuning in for a while. I just woke up and came. It was on. I like what you're doing though. It was a pretty good show.
Thank you, my brother.
You definitely defended yourself. You held your own.
That's right.
Regardless of what anybody else say.
Oh man, listen, and you know what? It ain't been easy.
I know.
It ain't been easy, my brother. Woo-wee. It's it's a tough task, but it's something that we were sent here to do. So we just gotta do what it do and keep trucking.
Oh yeah, man. You already know. But yeah, like the other brother said, I ain't got too much to say myself. I just want to tune in. I see nobody went on chiming in, but yeah, I started studying when I was like 16. I was in high school up on the HTM.
I see you put 27 years. Oh man. Whew. Wow. I was talking about man. Years old.
I was talking about when Mandela, how long he was gone before he got up and became president.
Okay.
I was responding to that. Y'all starting. I was 16. I'm 43 now.
Okay.
So yeah, we know it was Holy Tabernacle Ministries. Heliopolis Steve in Memphis. Yeah. So like I was in the class with like they were the triad at the time, but you know what happened with that though.
Oh yeah.
They left. Yeah.
Haru Hotep, Tar,
Warma Armadu,
Mansu Hotep Tar, and Mentu Hotep Tar. Then it was Amun Hotep Tar as well.
Varma Armadu. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. So
that's right, Haru Hotep. That's right.
Exactly. So yeah, I had been studying since then. Of course, I had my ups and downs in life. I was young, but I always been to it. I always studied. The first book was Mission Earth, and next book.
Extraterrestrials, yeah, Mission Earth.
Yeah. So that blew my mind right there because it was already something I was interested in. It like just did something to me. And it was mystery clouds or the UFOs, and after that.
And look at how now that
they're talking about it.
Oh man, everywhere, man.
Yeah, they're talking about it all on TikTok, all your everywhere now. I was like, man, I was reading it when I was 16, 17 years old, like for real.
Wow.
For real. Before they even started talking about cloaking and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, man, I read all this. Yup. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a shout out, man. That's all, man.
And here's the thing too.
I'm listening.
That's such a good point because Doc been teaching about this stuff. When we say Doc, we refer to him as affectionately. Some of us refer to him as Doc, Dr. York, or Pops,
right.
Or Imam Isa, or Atum Ray.
Panabab Yanun.
Yeah, Panabab Yanun. But
Amanobi Rakta.
Amanubidu Apata. And here's the thing, though. is he was talking about this stuff so freaking long ago. I mean,
Prolific with it.
back to the Ansar day, the 70s, man.
Exactly. Even when nobody was ready for it.
They weren't ready.
Wasn't ready for it.
They weren't ready. And he
And I
knew
still
that.
exactly. And I see a lot of people that I could tell they done encounter some books or somebody that knows something about some scrolls or something, because they be talking about 9 ether and a lot of other stuff. And they talk about melanin a lot and just all kind of stuff. So like they done came across a book or somebody that done read a book, but nobody give thanks where they got it from,
And when we were talking about Pharaoh, and I mean, he made, damn near, a lot of money. Let's just say, I don't know how much money the man made, but I know he made some money. And for him to even title it that, but the reason why he was able to get away with that is because Dr. York didn't really after the Ansar school, he started copyrighting the books.
So he was able to steal it like that.
Yes.
Plagiarize.
But here's why. Here's why he stopped copyrighting the books, because the original books, which is the 9 Ball and the Bible interpretation and explanations, they didn't really have a particular author. It will say authored by those who care. You're like, who the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Who is these people? Amanubilu Apata. That's a pen name.
Yeah, the unknown author.
You know what I'm saying? That's a pen name. That ain't really that was never really copywritten or coined like that. So they was able to get away with that.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that he started teaching up under that name like in '67, actually before 1970 though, didn't he?
That's right. As far back, that's right.
1967.
Right. And according to the late great Otis Wagner, the elder, the chef Otis Wagner, that transitioned lately a couple years ago, he said that the original name was the Nubian Talites.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Before Ansar.
Before the Ansar Allah community, okay.
Because remember, Baba explained, as Imam Isa, he explained the first time when he went over to Sudan to visit his father's family. He said they told him, "Hey, why you wearing this nose ring? Why you got on these?" Because he was wearing Yoruba clothes. He was wearing Nigerian clothes.
Right.
With the nose ring and all, you know what I'm saying? The bone and the earrings. And in Arabia, according to Islam, Hadith, they don't supposed to have no piercings, no earring, no nose ring. You see,
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember the pictures of that.
Issa, why you got to take this off when you come over here. They let you know he had the African origin prior to Islam, and a lot of people don't know that.
They don't know that.
Yeah, that's true, brother. That's true. Now we gotta. What about this book here? You familiar with this too? It's the same.
Yeah, that was probably extraterrestrial creation. Me and one of the Zamals, we was talking about that book the other day because that was one of my books too to go to. That was like probably my 5th book because I think Melaninite Children might have was my 3rd book. And then I read the original
Ministries, The Crown.
Oh yeah, HTM. Remember they had an older version of Spell Leviathan 666. It was like a real big ass book. It wasn't a small one like when they revised it. It was big. I had that book.
Oh yeah.
That one. Yeah, I just kept reading, man.
Oh yeah.
They like when we went to class, like they was giving all those got tablets free back then. It was like they was free back then.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Yeah, we got tablets free.
And we got Doc on class. Like a lot of times, people come into class ask Doc a question. He'll explain it. Then he'll be like, "Yo, we got these books too. We're gonna give you a free copy." He used to give a lot of books, and that was one of his major things. They say that Dr. York used to give away more books than he would sell.
Yeah.
Just because he was so passionate about getting the knowledge out there. Remember, Malachi York made money. His mother was an entrepreneur. His older brother Oyo, they were entrepreneurs. They owned stores where they sold jewelry, African clothing. They were members of not only Sheikh Dawood temple, but also the Yoruba temple of the Umar in Manhattan. And they had business money. Then, of course, Dr. York made money off his music, his studio. So,
yeah.
you know, when it came to the books and stuff, he was so important. He was so passionate about getting the information out there.
Just trying to get that information out, man.
Yeah, because he already had money. That's how you know he wasn't no charlatan or no scammer or nothing. Because
he already had money.
See what I'm saying? He had money.
He was an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
He didn't need nobody else's money.
Yeah. You know, that's just like a nigga that ain't never had no money. That's the nigga you gotta watch out for. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
You know, at least you know the mentality is like, you can't say a person. Why would a person have been born into money, born into a family of money, try to be a charlatan, scam people? Because most people that scam people, they ain't never had nothing, so they'll do anything to try to get it, which is why they
Exactly. And he already had money, so nobody could never say that he was in it for the money, because that definitely was not it. Definitely not it. He came on a mission. He was just doing his job. 19 elder, man. So, I know that just all to it.
Exactly. But man, I definitely appreciate you tuning in, my brother. We're gonna probably close out right now. I don't think we got any more callers in, but we're gonna show a few clips from this book, man, and we're gonna close out. But you ain't lying, man. These early books, The Mission from Earth, Extraterrestrials and Creation, Science of Creation, what is
Science of Healing,
Right Knowledge Scroll, man, them was the joints.
Science of the Pyramids, People of the Sun, Science of Healing.
Man.
Melanin Children, like my first book I bought. That's the first book I ever bought.
Heat, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. What's that?
Right here?
Is There a God? Book 3. Yeah, I remember that. My dad had that book.
Man.
And my dad had that. Yeah, my dad had that book. That's all he used to do. He was buying so many books. He used to be a part of like so. Oh man.
Oh yeah. All right, my brother. Well, listen, you enjoy your shadow. Peace, love, blessings to you. May the ancestors and the Panatharu continuously guide you. And I definitely appreciate you tuning in. We're gonna keep pushing.
Same to you, my brother. Same to you, my brother.
Yes, sir. And we ain't gonna stop pushing this message. And this message here is gonna reach far and wide. And we definitely appreciate Brother Crumb, Master Student, for letting us join. And we're gonna end this with saying Wadu, which is Middle Egyptian and Nuwapic word for farewell. Good shadow. Sleep well. Think about everything you did today. Think about what you're going to do tomorrow. Think about the positive things you're going to do tomorrow. Think about making a better world. Think about making a better you. Avoid evil and do good. Bring good into the world and avoid evil. This is what Ifa says about Iwa Pele, good character. This is what the Kemetic texts speak about Ma'at, good character, reciprocity, propriety, balancement, equanimity. Do good and avoid evil. Facts, knowledge, truth over belief. We don't believe because to believe is to accept without knowing. Or as our brothers and sisters in the 5% Nation say, to know the ledge without falling over the edge until the devil's uncivilized trick knowledge. Wadu family. Good shadow. Take care. Homage to those who sins. Homage to the one who is sent. Homage to Ifa Olodumare. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Hotep, Hotep, Hotep.